Kristen, are you done with your work?
Hello, Veronica. Yep, I'm finished with all the work you tasked me with. I'm on my way home right now. Did something come up?
You left at exactly 6 p.m., right?
Yep, I was able to finish everything before it was time to leave. Lucky me.
Everything, huh? What about that data I told you to sort out?
You mean the one for SW Core? The one you needed to turn into the project manager after I finished?
Yeah, that's the one. I told you to finish up by 3 p.m. today. Where is it?
Well, I'm pretty sure I finished that this morning.
Pretty sure.
Well, I'm sure, to be honest. Did you forget? I sent you a message saying that I was done with it at around 11 a.m. I'm sure that I also told you that in person before you took your lunch break. You gave me a response saying that you've already checked it both times, so I naturally assumed that you knew about it.
What are you talking about? You never did such a thing.
I'm going to assume you're still in the office. You can just check our DM. You'll find the file with the data alongside my message. I went through it twice, so I'm pretty confident that there aren't any mistakes.
Oh, I found it.
Glad you did. Maybe you're feeling a bit tired. Happens to the best of us. Anyway, I think that's all, right? I'll be going then. See you tomorrow, Veronica.
Hold on, I'm not done with you.
You're not? Okay, what's the matter?
It's been a few days since you came to our office, and frankly speaking, I think there's a thing or two I should tell you before we continue working together.
Really? What might that be?
Look here, Kristen. I've been working here much longer than you. I have much more experience and knowledge than you do, and I'm technically your superior. Is that clear?
Okay, I'm not sure if I agree with you, but was that all you wanted to tell me?
There's one more thing. Now that I made it clear that I have more authority than you, don't you think it's wrong for you to go home before me? If I'm working overtime, shouldn't you be helping me? I mean, your superior is working their butt off late into the evening. It's pretty rude of you to just allow yourself to leave like that.
I don't know where I should start, but I guess I shouldn't shove my personal opinions onto you. That being said, I'm pretty sure we were told by HQ that we were trying to innovate our working environment, to allow more flexibility. One of the company's goals was to reduce the number of hours our employees work during overtime. Hopefully, we could reach a 0 by the end of the year if we set our minds to it. The reasons for it was that it'll be better from an efficiency standpoint, as well as helping with employee motivation. It's also better for the environment, of course. Do you remember?
Well, yes, I remember, but what's your point? Are you trying to tell me that it's wrong of me to want you to work more?
The point I'm trying to make is that what you just said isn't exactly the best course of action from a company standpoint. It goes against what the company's trying to achieve. Besides, even with that aside, don't you think that having people stay in the office just because their coworkers haven't left yet is pretty impractical? Wouldn't we all be happier if we could just do our job and go home? Work hard, play hard, but not in a hypocritical sense.
You talk big, don't you? What do you even know? Like I said, I've been working here for a lot longer than you. 20 years to be exact. I know much more than you. If I were you, I'd just shut your big mouth and take my advice.
No offense, but you might want to reconsider your values. Maybe this is your way of trying to communicate with your coworkers. But either way, I think it's in pretty bad taste overall. It would be a shame if people got the wrong idea about you, You might even get a warning from HQ if you're not careful. We don't want that happening.
Are you trying to threaten me? What is it with you and HQ? Just because you used to work there doesn't mean you can boast around like that. I get it. You're proud of yourself. But it's time you taught yourself how to be more modest. Pride won't help you get far, sweetie.
Sorry, I don't think I understand what you're getting at. You think I'm boasting?
Duh. Way to go and rub it in my face again. I hope you're happy.
Veronica, that was never my intention. I apologize if I came across that way, but I was only trying to offer some advice. Since we're both working in the same office. I would feel a lot happier if we could both get along.
I see right through your smug attitude, Kristen. Maybe you can fool the others, but you can't fool me. You think you're so important, but you don't have any right to act so proud.
I didn't know you needed a right to act proud of yourself.
Maybe if you were actually someone with some level of significance, your attitude would be excusable. Heck, maybe I'd even consider you to be noteworthy. But that's not the case, is it? I don't know what you did at HQ, but boy, do I feel sorry for them.
I did something at HQ? Care to explain why you think that?
Well, we know that you were demoted at HQ. That's why you were sent over here, isn't it? There's only one reason to have someone from there come over here. They must have been so relieved to be able to finally rid themselves of a troublemaker like you. Too bad for us, though. Now we have to deal with your misconduct. Not to mention, you still seem to be on your old habits. You won't even bother to treat your superior with respect.
Hold on, Veronica. I think you're letting your imagination get the best of you. I wasn't demoted. I was just assigned to work at this office as part of my job.
What's the difference? You're just lucky that you weren't fired. You did something bad, didn't you? Or were you just that bad at your job? Either way, it's nothing to be proud of. It's time you behaved yourself.
Veronica, I just remembered something.
What?
You're working overtime right now, right?
Not anymore. I'm getting ready to leave. Unlike someone, I know how to do my job and when to leave the office.
Yeah, so remember the data sheet for SW Core we were talking about earlier? I remember hearing from the project manager that she was expecting you to hand it over to her by Friday morning. Unless things changed without me knowing it, that's tomorrow. Did you sort it out?
Hi, sweetie. Do you know what a calendar is? It tells you what day of the week it is today.
I know, that's why I'm asking.
You poor thing. Today's Wednesday.
No, today's Thursday. You can check your phone if you don't believe me.
Huh? Oh no.
See? Don't worry, it happens to the best of us. Although I don't think you should have been on your phone so much when you're still in your office.
Come on, Kristen. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I thought you already had it covered. Good thing you brought it up earlier in the conversation, though. Anyway, I think I'll leave you to it. See you tomorrow.
Kristen, where the hell are you right now? I need a word with you.
Hello, Veronica. I'm on my lunch break. You can find me at the cafeteria if there's something you want to tell me in person. Otherwise, just leave me a message and I'll check it once my break's over.
Hold up one sec. You're using the cafeteria. God, you're unbelievable.
Is there a problem? I heard this cafeteria was supposed to cater for all employees. I've been eating here ever since I came to this office.
God, that's one fat nerve you have. Seriously? Know your worth. You came here because you got demoted. There's absolutely no reason you should be treated in the same way as us other employees. If anything, shouldn't you be working your head off? I bet you need to catch up on a lot of work.
I can always work during office hours. It's my lunch break right now. It's time to eat.
What do you need a break for? You're already on a break the entire time you're in the office.
Excuse me?
Why don't you try working an actual 8-hour shift for a change? Better yet, let's see how well you do without any lunch or breaks. Maybe then you'll finally deserve your oh so precious lunch break.
All right, so you're insisting that I should work 8 hours straight without taking any rest, right? The thing is, that's actually known to be more inefficient than when people actually take a break between their shifts. First of all, continuously working for such a long hour is bound to affect one's concentration and thinking. I can imagine that some sweatshops might want their workers to work day and night without any rest, but it's actually more efficient to have workers stay rested, fed, and hydrated. Second of all, being able to take a lunch break is part of our rights. As an employee working at this company, we have the right to take an hour off to get refreshed and eat some well-deserved meals. We can't just ignore company policy and have you take away my lunch like that, although I'm sure you're well aware of that. Anyway, I'm still not done eating my pasta. I won't be checking my phone until my break's over, so if there's something you need, just leave me a message, all right?
Do you really think I'm going to let you off the hook that easily? Just you wait, I'm going to give you what you deserve. There we go. How do you like having milk thrown in your face?
Veronica, care to explain yourself? That wasn't exactly my definition of a friendly meal. What were you trying to accomplish by doing something like that?
Oh my God, do you actually not get it?
Well, I don't get why you think your action is justified. That's why I'm asking you if you have a proper reason.
Oh, I see. You're really just that stupid. I was wrong about you. I thought you were just in denial about your demotion, but you were actually just delusional. Maybe that's why you're so naughty. You talk back because you don't understand how rude you're being. Words of advice. Never disrespect your superior. Is that clear?
I don't see how I was disrespecting you. What's wrong with me taking a break during lunch break? What's wrong with me eating at the cafeteria just like all the other employees are? I would like to know your logic behind your conclusion.
Didn't I tell you countless times already? You came here only because you got demoted. You don't have time to take a break. If anything, you should be working harder than the rest of us so that you don't make us lose profit. Are you trying to get fired this time? I can help you if that's what you're going for.
I told you, you're letting your imagination run wild. I wasn't demoted. I was assigned here by HQ to work with the people in this office.
And I told you that there's no difference. The fact remains that you used to work at HQ, and now you're here in this small local subsidiary office. Just shut up and go back to work.
I was going to after I was finished with my lunch.
Why don't you just lick that milk off the floor and get it over with?
No thanks. I'm taking the evening off. I'm going home today.
What? Great! Now you're not even trying to hide it. You're slacking off again, aren't you?
No. Thanks to you, I'm soaked all over. I don't think it's a good idea to work like this in an office, and thankfully, the project manager agreed. She said I'm free to go. She even offered me her sweater to wear on my way home. It's nice to know that some people in this office have a conscience.
You can't leave yet. What are you going to do about the presentation I asked you for?
I heard that was originally supposed to be your job. You just gave it to me because you were too busy, right? If you have time to bother me, I think you can make one presentation. You'll just have to manage on your own.
What? There's no way I can finish it in time.
Then I suppose you should start working on it instead of texting me.
Kristen, this is your doing, isn't it? You better explain yourself. Why am I being suspended?
I wonder why. Any ideas on your mind?
You think I'll be asking if I had. Quit playing these games. Spill the beans.
Wow. After all we went through last Friday, I'm actually pretty shocked.
Oh, yeah? Tell me, what was so special about that day?
You literally covered me in milk. In the cafeteria, remember?
So, there's no way anyone would get suspended just for that.
I highly doubt that. But whatever you say, I mean, that's not the only reason why you got suspended. You know how we weren't the only people in the cafeteria when you made that whole scene? You know how a lot of people were watching us? Obviously, people reported it. And as far as I know, I think it was pretty unanimous that you were the one in the wrong. Congratulations, Veronica, you gained yourself some notoriety.
What? Why? How do people not understand? I was just teaching you a lesson about manners. I know. You made up a whole story about how you were the victim, didn't you?
No, I don't need to. All the other stories were enough for them to come to a decision.
The other stories?
Since news about the incident just went around the entire office building, a few other employees came up to tell their stories. They told your boss about how you had a tendency to cause trouble.
Me? Cause trouble? Please.
I'll spare you the details since you probably know what you did best. But to give you a brief summary of what was reported, apparently a few other young employees, as well as part-time workers, have claimed that you've been treating them unfairly. You treat them as inferior to you, going as far as harassing them during work and break. You shove work onto them as well, just like you did with me, without telling them that it was your work to begin with.
What's wrong with that? I'm just putting my position as a veteran office worker to full use. I'm being practical here. If anything, they should be thankful that I'm giving them work to do, And the same goes with you.
Really? Let's hear it.
You don't even deserve to work here. Maybe HQ was kind enough to forgive whatever misconduct or mistake you made with the demotion, but here things won't be so easy. If you won't do your job, you're no better than a thief stealing money out of the company's pocket.
Veronica, for the last time, I wasn't demoted. I was assigned a specific job here by HQ. If you really find it hard to believe me, you can check in with the CEO.
Great! Now you're acting all high and mighty. This is exactly why I needed to teach you a lesson. You're just a demoted good-for-nothing.
No, I was assigned here to investigate the working environment in this office.
Huh?
As I've been saying, I was assigned to work in this office by HQ. The main reason was to see how the employees of our subsidiary were doing at their office. We wanted to see if there was anything we could do to make our companies better. The other reason was to investigate the office environment. Like I said before, headquarters wants to innovate working conditions. We're hoping to achieve 0 hours of overtime by the end of the year, but we noticed that several subsidiary offices saw no improvement. It was becoming a concern. That's why several employees, including me, were assigned to investigate these offices in person. To be honest, the working environment in this office was a lot worse than I imagined. But I observed that a few of the issues revolving around this company derived from you, Veronica. You've been working at this company for nearly 20 years. Under normal circumstances, we would expect someone like that to feel more confident and responsible with their job. But in your case, you just make all the other young employees do your work for you, all the while you're slacking off at your seat. When things get busy, you stay in the office to work overtime, but even then, you're not actually doing anything. I know that for a fact. We did have that conversation during your overtime. Because of that, we have loyal, hardworking employees forced to work more than they should be. It isn't exactly an ideal working environment. Overall, I figured that you're playing a part in why this company has trouble reducing overtime work. There are a few other issues, but you're still one of them. It's only natural that we deal with you.
I see. So that's who you really are. You've been sneaking around our office like a dirty little rat. That isn't fair. What are you, pretending to be a spy or something?
No, it's just that it's easily predictable that if we were to tell you guys that we were going to investigate the office, guilty people would try to sweep their wrongdoings under the rug. There wouldn't be a point in sending us in to investigate then, would there? Let's just say we did what was necessary for the better good of the company and its employees. If you find that to be unfair, I suppose that just adds another thing to the list of things we disagree on.
But still, it's not fair. You can't do that. I'm sure it's violating some sort of contract.
I see that you don't have anything meaningful to say. If you really believe so, go ahead and consult the higher-ups. Whatever the case, I'd like to get back to my work, so I'll leave you to your thoughts.
What? You can't just drop a bomb like that and expect me to let you go.
The higher-ups in HQ should be in a meeting right now. They're considering what to do with you, along with a few other issues. They gave me the go-ahead to tell you that you'll receive a notice later in the day from Human Resources about your employment.
Wait, hold on. This shouldn't be this serious. Hey, you can do something about it, right?
Sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it.
No way, you're part of HQ, right? You have to tell them it's not anything to worry about.
My job is to investigate the working conditions here and report all my findings. I don't have the authority to decide what happens to you.
But then, what am I supposed to do from now on?
You'll just have to wait for your notice from Human Resources. That's why you're being suspended right now. That'll be all from me. I don't think I can help you anymore. I hope you have a good day. Veronica was able to keep her job. Although she wasn't fired, she did get a strict warning telling her that she'll have to improve her performance or else. However, soon after that, 2 of the employees that Veronica used to harass decided to sue her together at the same time. The end result of that was her quitting her job out of shame. The whole process of going to court seemed to have taken a lot out of her. However, it turned out that she couldn't find a new job with her way of thinking. Currently, she spends her days pondering what to do with her future as her balance slowly heads towards a big 0. As for the subsidiary company that I went to, the higher-ups who turned a blind eye to Veronica's wrongdoings were later demoted and replaced. The new higher-ups made sure to maintain a positive working environment, and it seems like there hasn't been any major issues since. Everyone seems to be having a pleasant time working at the office. Overall, my job here seems to be done. I still have about 3 months here, but nothing noteworthy has happened. That's a good thing, of course. I've been notified that I'll be given a promotion back at HQ. I'm thankful for the opportunity given to me, and I'm hoping to continue doing my best.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave any thoughts in the comments section, and I hope we get to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching!